to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play here for the Cowboys. 46 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Screen play, Anderson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Lampard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! 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 Gone!
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Lampard! Lampard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. Murray. And a dump off to White. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Gone! 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 Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Over, 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 over! Over, over, over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, that's White, and an alley to run. Touchdown, Vikings! James White, 40 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Preston Smith coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Lampard! Lampard! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Coleman. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go for a big play now. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.J. Anderson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56, set, 319, 319. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Murray being chased out left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot. No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and short.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Off the play fake, Murray. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Green, 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Murray. He'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a...
This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Murray goes underneath here to White. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run. This is White. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run again on 1st down. Anderson broke through some contact but unable to reach the 40. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 1st down, Murray. And this is Cook with a grab. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Murray now. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down. Murray. Flush to his right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw again. Murray. Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Murray. Cooper's got it. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 1st and 10, Murray. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off play action. Murray. On the crossing route, complete. It's Perry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Murray. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Gun!
Operating from the gun. Murray escaping the pressure right. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amari Cooper from 17 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jerry Hughes in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun! Detroit!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
The give is to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. A give to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Here's Murray. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get 14 yards there and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DeForest Buckner. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Murray to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw on third down, Murray. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things.
Anderson loses the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, Murray rolling to his right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. James White, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Cam Chancellor in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Gone! Detroit!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception, eluding the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
On 3rd down, Murray. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play, keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Back to throw. Murray. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. Had a pretty good gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, get the rest. Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had to. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy belated, I'm dropping the pop. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, see how my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No car. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with. Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my. Zit the back that like a popo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Finally gave me 2 wheels and they. one walk down to Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. Cause when I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm up like mistletoe. This